Most Land Rover owners treat an oil change as a single task. Drain it, fill it, done, a mindset that is why so many capable engines fail years too soon. A proper oil change is actually 16 separate steps, and most quick shops skip more than half without you knowing. The wrong oil that quietly clogs a component costing thousands. The chain rattle almost nobody checks for. The one engine-killing symptom with no warning light. 16 steps. Counted down, everyone worth doing before your very next oil change. Number 16. Actually warm. The engine first draining cold oil feels faster, and plenty of home mechanics do exactly that, simply to save 10 minutes on a Saturday morning. Cold oil is considerably thicker, which means it drains slower and leaves noticeably more contaminated residue clinging to the pan, the pickup tube, and the internal passages than warm oil ever does. Run the engine for several minutes before you ever touch the drain plug, just long enough to bring the oil to a genuine working temperature without making the pan actually dangerous to handle. This single habit, skipped by nearly every quick service shop racing against a rushed appointment schedule, quietly leaves considerably more old oil behind in your engine than most owners ever realize. Warm oil flows fast, carries suspended contaminants out with it far more completely, and leaves considerably less old degraded oil sitting behind to immediately dilute your fresh fill the moment you pour it in. Grabbing the wrong bottle undoes every step. Number 15. Confirm the correct low SAP specification. Plenty of Land Rover diesel engines specifically require a low SAPS oil, meaning genuinely low sulfated ash, phosphorus and sulfur content, and using an ordinary conventional oil instead can slowly clog the diesel particulate filter with ash the wrong oil formulation was never designed to minimize. This single mistake can lead to a genuinely expensive particulate filter replacement or regeneration failure that has absolutely nothing to do with your actual driving habits and everything to do with a bottle grabbed off the wrong shelf. Some petrol engines carry their own specific approval requirements too, so this rule genuinely applies regardless of which fuel your particular Land Rover actually runs on, and mixing up the two specifications is a genuinely easy mistake to make at a busy parts counter. Check your specific owner's manual or the printed cap under the hood, not a generic chart pulled from an unrelated vehicle, and confirm the exact approval rating alongside the viscosity itself before you ever pour a single drop in. Drain plugs forgive almost nothing twice. Number 14. Never over-tighten the drain plug. Aluminum oil pans are genuinely common on modern Land Rover engines, and aluminum threads strip out far more easily than steel ones ever did, especially in the hands of someone convinced that tighter automatically means safer. Over-tightening the drain plug stretches or damages the threads in the pan itself, and once those threads are genuinely stripped, you are looking at a considerably more expensive repair than any oil change was ever going to cost you, sometimes requiring a complete pan replacement rather than any simple fix. Follow the specific torque value listed in your manual, and if you do not own a torque wrench, snug is genuinely sufficient, hand tight plus a modest quarter turn with a wrench, never using your full body weight to crank it down further than that. Just one tiny washer prevents months of confusion. Number 13. Replace the crush washer. Every single time. The small metal or nylon crush washer under your drain plug is designed to deform slightly and create a genuine seal exactly once, and reusing an already compressed washer is one of the most common causes of a slow, persistent oil leak that owners chase for months without understanding why. These washers cost genuinely pennies and take seconds to swap during every single oil change, yet plenty of quick service shops skip this step entirely simply to save a few seconds of labor time. Keep a small stock of the correct size washers in your own garage if you do your own oil changes regularly, because tracking one down at an auto parts store on a busy Sunday afternoon is considerably more annoying than the tiny cost of buying several in advance. Always install a fresh crush washer with every single oil change. Check that it seats flat and evenly around the plug before you ever tighten it down. And you eliminate one of the single most common and completely avoidable sources of a nagging oil leak. Dry filters starve your engine for seconds. Number 12. Prime the new filter before installing. Installing a bone-dry oil filter forces your engine to run without proper oil pressure for several critical seconds after startup, precisely the window when bearings and other vital components are most vulnerable to genuine metal-on-metal contact. Before threading the new filter on, fill it roughly 3/4 full with fresh oil and lightly coat the rubber gasket with a thin film of oil as well, which both primes the filter properly and helps you achieve a correct seal without over-tightening it. Some filter designs mount sideways or upside down, making priming genuinely impossible in the traditional sense. So check your specific filter orientation before assuming this step applies exactly the same way to every single vehicle you ever work on. This one small habit means your engine has proper oil pressure within seconds of startup rather than several genuinely vulnerable seconds, spinning nearly dry. A difference that adds up considerably across hundreds of oil changes over a vehicle's entire lifespan. A wrong reset undermines every future reminder. Let me say one thing and then I will not bring it up again. I have gathered these secrets and much more in a book over at LandRoverSecrets.com. If you want it, it is in the comments and on the right side of the screen. That is all. Let us go further with the video. Number 11. Reset the service interval correctly. Many Land Rover models track service intervals through the infotainment system, and resetting it incorrectly or simply forgetting to reset it entirely throws off the accuracy of every single future maintenance reminder that system generates. The exact reset procedure varies somewhat by model year, typically involving a specific menu sequence that most owners have genuinely never seen written down anywhere outside the actual manual itself. Look up the exact procedure for your specific model before your very next oil change and confirm it worked correctly before you actually drive away, because a system that still thinks your old oil has months of remaining life defeats the entire point of having the feature in the first place, and it may quietly delay a reminder you genuinely needed to see on time. Timing chains warn you before they fail. Number 10. Listen for timing chain. Tensioner noise. Certain Land Rover engines are genuinely known for timing. Chain tensioner wear, that shows up specifically as a rattling noise on cold startup, one that typically fades away within a few seconds once oil pressure fully builds throughout the system. This is not a noise to simply ignore because it goes away quickly, since a worn tensioner left unaddressed can eventually allow the chain to skip timing entirely, an event that causes genuinely catastrophic engine damage on an interference engine design. Every oil change is a natural opportunity to listen carefully at cold startup before you drive off. And if you hear this specific rattle, get the tensioner and chain guides properly inspected by someone who actually knows this specific engine family well, before a simple noise turns into a genuinely 5-figure repair bill. Recording a short video with your phone the very first time you notice this noise can help a technician diagnose the issue considerably faster than a vague verbal description alone ever could. Small drips today prevent big repairs tomorrow. Number 9. Check the known leak points. While you're under there, certain Land Rover engines are genuinely prone to specific, well-documented leak points, including the rear main seal and the oil cooler lines feeding the engine, and an oil change already has you underneath the vehicle with a completely clear view of exactly these areas. Wipe the suspected areas clean before you finish, then inspect again after your next drive, since a genuinely fresh leak shows up considerably more obviously against a clean surface than against one already coated in old, accumulated grime. A dusty, grimy film building up around these specific components over time is often the very first visible clue, appearing weeks or even months before you would ever see an actual drip on the garage floor beneath the vehicle. Catching a leak at this specific point typically means a straightforward seal or line replacement, while ignoring it for months frequently means replacing considerably more components that a slow, ongoing leak has already contaminated in the process. Guesswork ruins more drain plugs than mistakes. Number 8. Torque the drain plug. Properly, not by feel. Guessing at drain plug torque by feel is exactly how both stripped threads and slow leaks happen, sometimes within the very same oil change if you are unlucky enough to guess wrong in both directions on 2 separate attempts. A genuinely inexpensive torque wrench removes all of that guesswork entirely, letting you hit the exact specification listed in your manual instead of relying on years of accumulated hand feel that varies noticeably from person to person and even from one tired Saturday afternoon to the next. This single tool, often available for less than the cost of one single oil change at a shop, pays for itself many times over across the life of a vehicle you plan to actually keep for years, and it removes the guesswork from countless other jobs beyond just this specific one. New threads suffer more damage than old ones. Number 7. Thread. The new filter without cross. Threading it. Cross-threading a new oil filter during installation damages both the filter itself and the housing threads it screws into, sometimes badly enough to prevent a proper seal on every single filter you ever attempt to install afterward. Before threading on a new filter, wipe the housing threads clean and inspect them carefully for any visible damage left behind by a previous rushed installation. Start the new filter by hand, turning it several full rotations before ever reaching for a wrench. And if it ever feels tight or resistant before it is supposed to, stop completely and recheck your alignment rather than forcing it through what feels like resistance. Cross-threading damage discovered late is a dramatically more expensive repair than the 30 extra seconds this careful check genuinely costs you, sometimes requiring the entire housing to be replaced, rather than a simple filter swap. Air suspension needs a moment to settle right. Number 6. Confirm the air suspension returns to normal. Certain Land Rover models sit on adjustable air suspension, and some service procedures require raising the vehicle high enough that the system needs to genuinely relearn or reset its normal ride height once the car comes back down. Before driving away, confirm the vehicle settles back to its correct standard height rather than sitting unusually high or low, and check for any new suspension warning message on the instrument display that was not present before the service began. Cycling through the height settings manually once, if your specific model allows it, can help confirm the system is genuinely responding correctly across its full range, rather than sticking at just one position. A system left in the wrong state can affect both ride quality and genuine wading depth capability the very next time you actually need it off-road. One reading alone never tells the full story. Number 5. Read the dipstick cold, then warm. Checking your oil level only when the engine is warm gives you a genuinely incomplete picture, since oil expands somewhat with heat and level readings can shift meaningfully between a cold engine and one that has been running for 20 minutes. Check your level cold before you ever start the engine for your very next drive, then check again after a short warm drive to compare both readings against each other honestly. A small, gradual drop over several consecutive checks matters considerably more than any single reading, taken in complete isolation from the pattern building around it. This habit catches a slow, gradual oil consumption problem considerably earlier than most owners ever would otherwise notice, often months before a single warning light illuminates on your dashboard to tell you something is actually wrong. Some habits matter more once written down. Number 4. Record mileage and date. Immediately relying purely on your dashboard reminder to track when your next oil change is actually due is a genuinely unreliable habit, especially after any reset error, a disconnected battery, or simple driver forgetfulness on a busy week. Write down the exact mileage and date immediately after every single oil change, whether that means a sticker on your windshield, a dedicated note in your phone, or a simple physical logbook kept in your glove box. This single habit means you always know your true interval independently of any dashboard system, and it becomes genuinely invaluable documentation if you ever need to prove consistent maintenance history to a dealer, a future buyer, or a warranty claims department that requires real evidence rather than a vague verbal assurance. A complete, dated service history can genuinely add real resale value at trade-in time too, since buyers and dealers alike consistently pay more for a vehicle with documented proof of consistent care rather than simply trusting an unverified claim from a stranger. The last step happens before you drive away. Number 3. Do a post-change leak and idle check. Never simply drive away the moment you finish an oil change, no matter how confident you genuinely feel about every single step you just completed. Start the engine, let it idle for a full 2 to 3 minutes, and physically look underneath the vehicle for any sign of a new drip forming around the drain plug or the filter you just installed. Check your oil level one final time on the dipstick to confirm it genuinely matches what you actually poured in, and only then consider the entire job truly complete. Keep a clean piece of cardboard or an old towel under the vehicle overnight after any oil change too, since a genuinely slow drip that was not obvious during your immediate check often reveals itself clearly by the very next morning. This single 5-minute habit catches an installation mistake immediately in your own driveway, rather than discovering the exact same problem 20 miles down the highway with considerably less convenient options available to you. Heat left unattended slowly cooks a turbo. Number 2. Inspect the turbo oil feed line. For coking, turbocharged engines rely on a genuinely steady flow of clean oil to the turbocharger bearings, and residue known as coking can gradually build up inside that specific feed line when oil sits and degrades under the extreme heat a turbocharger generates. A quick visual check of the accessible portion of the feed line during your oil change can catch early discoloration or restriction before it ever starves the turbocharger of the lubrication it genuinely depends on to survive. Letting a genuinely hot engine idle for even a short minute before shutting it off entirely, rather than simply pulling into the driveway and killing the engine immediately, gives circulating oil real time to cool the turbocharger down gradually instead of leaving it to bake unattended. This inspection matters considerably more if you have ever shut the engine off immediately after hard, sustained driving, since that habit alone is precisely what allows oil to cook and degrade inside a turbocharger that was still genuinely hot moments earlier. Everything here protects against one silent killer. Number 1. Watch for the signs of oil dilution. This is the single most important step on this entire list, and it specifically targets the exact failure mode responsible for more prematurely destroyed Land Rover engines than almost any other cause combined. Certain modern direct injection engines, both diesel and turbocharged petrol variants, are genuinely prone to raw fuel seeping past the piston rings and mixing directly into the engine oil itself. A problem that worsens considerably with repeated short trips, extended idling, and cold weather driving that never lets the engine reach full operating temperature. Diesel engines specifically can suffer this same dilution during a failed or incomplete particulate filter regeneration cycle, when extra fuel gets deliberately injected to raise exhaust temperature, and some of it ends up in the sump instead of being fully burned. Diluted oil loses much of its actual lubricating ability precisely when your engine needs it most, silently accelerating wear on bearings and other critical components while your dashboard shows absolutely nothing wrong whatsoever. Check for a rising oil level between changes, a distinct fuel smell on the dipstick itself, or oil that appears noticeably thinner than it should at a given mileage. And if you drive mostly short trips, consider changing your oil somewhat more frequently than the standard interval to compensate for this exact known risk. Some owners specifically use an oil analysis lab to check for actual fuel content in their oil once or twice a season. A genuinely inexpensive test that catches this exact problem with real data rather than relying purely on smell or visual estimation alone. Catching fuel dilution early through simple, regular vigilance is the difference between a routine oil change and an engine that genuinely lasts for several 100,000 miles. And it is the one single check on this entire list that most owners have never even heard of, until their engine was already quietly being destroyed from the inside out.